All right, we're out at about 5:45, trying to catch a sunrise. What is that? Let's get over here. I'm shooting on the X-T30. I switched over from Canon to Fuji probably about a year ago. So I'm on a 16 1.4, which is not stabilized, or there's no optical image stabilization, so it's kind of shaky. So when I was filming that footage just now, this door over here just kind of squeaked a little bit, and kind of freaked me out a little bit. The one thing I don't like about this camera is it doesn't tell me if it's recording, so I have already missed a couple of shots because I didn't press, I thought I pressed the button, and then when you go back to look at it, you pressed it and you realize that you just pressed it to start recording when you thought you were stopping the recording. So hopefully I'm not missing out on anything important. I have the wind filter on the road. Got me again. So I think it's actually gotten bright enough where I'm gonna switch over to the ND filter on the 16mm, just because I wanted to get that shallow depth of field, and it's actually pretty bright out. Real quick side note, so I was actually out yesterday, went out to lunch, I cut my finger on a Coke. Bad idea, don't open Coke bottles probably by hands, doesn't work. So I was watching a Peter McKinnon video probably a week or two ago, and he talked about this little kit that he set up for his car, and I actually ended up putting one in my camera bag. I've got like band-aids in here, I've got Leatherman rebar, some paracord, a lighter, Sharpie. I'll go over a kit review sort of what's in my bags at some point, but yeah, that came in handy. I'm gonna throw on the big stopper and try to do a long exposure. I don't think it's gonna really work just because the clouds aren't moving, but we'll try it anyway. So this is not an official gear review or anything like that, but I'm using the new Lee big stopper, the 85 kit for mirrorless. The size is pretty good, I think. It's smaller than the foundation kit that I used to use on a full frame when I was shooting Canon. The filters are pretty tight. I don't know how well exposed I am. So I've been wanting to get out and make a video for like a year or two now, and I haven't made any vlogs probably in over 2 years. So there's just a lot of like life changes that happened in the past 2 years that I'll probably address in another video, just not today. So I just wanted to try to get back out. I've been slowly getting back into photography more, and filmmaking and vlogs and everything, all that fun stuff. And so I wanted to start trying to get back out and doing more of that. I'm hoping to start my channel, kind of get the channel back up again. I just want to focus more on like kind of stuff that I want to do. I mean, I did a lot of stuff. I've done a lot of like work for other people, and I still do work for other people, but I wanted to start doing more stuff that I want to do, and more stuff like passion projects that I want to be working on and creating content for myself. And I think for a lot of people that create content, it's really easy to get kind of wrapped up in just making things for other people, and getting work and getting jobs and booking gigs. But I think at the end of the day, for me, what's more important is making stuff that I'm happy with and putting stuff out that I feel that I put myself into and feeling content with that content that I put out. A little deep, I had a buddy text me the other day and he was talking about how he doesn't feel like he likes doing photography and doesn't enjoy it as much anymore, and a lot of the advice that he gets online from people is to just kind of put the camera down and take a break and stop and just give yourself a break. And I personally don't agree with that. I think that for me, whenever I've had a rut or I've been kind of stuck and feeling like I don't know what to do or what kind of content I want to create, that's when I take my camera out and I start making more stuff and I start pushing myself. And that's when I've found that I've actually made some of my best stuff during those times where I just felt like I really just didn't have it in me, but I did it anyway, and I was glad that I did. And I think that if you're ever feeling unmotivated and not like you don't have that creative spark, just get out and just shoot something and take your camera out and do something, and you'll find that you'll probably be happy that you did in the end. So the sun has just peeked up over the clouds, so the light's getting a bit harsh, so I'm gonna start making some coffee, drink that, and then probably gonna head out pretty soon. I just realized that I did not bring the boiler for this stove, which means that I can't use it. Okay, so change of plans. I forgot the little metal piece that I have to pour the water into to boil it, to heat it up, so I have everything but that, so I actually can't use the coffee making thing that I brought to make the coffee, so I guess I'm not having coffee here. So maybe I'll grab something on the way home. That's a bummer. That sucks. All right, well, I'm gonna get packed up and I guess I'm gonna head out. So I was just reviewing some of the footage back from today, and I noticed that the stuff I filmed this morning on the 16 was like really shaky. I think I probably want to be filming on the 10-24 if I'm going to be doing any vlogging stuff, just because it is a stabilized lens versus the 16 is kind of more of a 24 equivalent and it's not stabilized. So quick side note, and I'm still working on the studio. Downstairs, as you can see, I don't have any lights set up on me, but I finally got an arm for the mic, and hopefully it's starting to sound pretty good.